What? This is awesome. Oh my gosh. I just... words escape me. Oh. Oh my gosh. It's like a Lord of the Rings. Hey there, ladies and gents, it's Polydueces, and I'm back. The beta was broken for a long time. It broke all gathering quests, and it broke your review distance. Like before, I always run things on Ultra, and if you had things on Ultra for view distance, it made a whole whack of giant pink blocks appear everywhere. I contemplated doing a video about that, but whatever, I didn't. No point in, showing you all the flaws of the beta. Anyway, so this beta build unlocked Valley of the Four Winds, which I'll be able to show you with Polydueces, my main, once I finish questing here. And then, yeah, I thought they would unlock a new scenario, or a scenario at all, but they didn't. There's nothing. If you try to queue for a scenario, nothing happens. It says you do not meet the requirements. Additionally, I thought I forgot to make mention of this at the beginning of my very first Jade Forest video, of when I was mentioning all the changes for Shaman specifically. So here are a few general changes. Buffs have they're much more general. Like, you know how before you gave someone Fortitude or Commanding Shout, and it would give like some variance number for stamina, like 496 stamina or whatever it was, 456 I think it was. It was 400 and something, right? It was just some random number. Now, when you give somebody Fortitude or Commanding Shout, it just flat out gives you 10% increase in stamina. And a lot of the other buffs work in the exact same way. Now, I've only been playing my warrior, my priest, and my shaman. So I don't really have that wide of a knowledge base for buffs. I do know that I was actually going to respec my resto tree to elemental at some point once they unlock the city portals, so I can go back and retrain. And then from there, elemental shaman get, let's see if it actually shows up here. As you can see, there's lots of broken things right now. I'm not even going to get into it. Let's see if I can find it here. Elemental shaman can do a buff now that increases your mastery by 5, which confused me at first. Seeing that on MMO champion and the like, you see it increases mastery by 5, and you're like, 5? That's useless. I have 887, but it means not rating. Increases your mastery by a whole 5 points, which is actually huge. It's a huge increase. I love that buff. I can't wait to have it. So that's a nice one to have. I think that's the only new buff. There might be another one, but that's the only one I can think of. So buffs aside, mana. You know how I pointed out that players that are DPS based, or not DPS based, that's too general. I mean like Retribution Shaman or Paladins, Protection Paladins, Enhancement Shaman had 20,000 mana, and all casters have 100,000 mana. Well, that's not exactly true, and it didn't really occur to me because Polydueces was my only level 86. I recently leveled up my Priest to 86, and her mana pool increased from 100,000 to 120,000. Which gives the reason that for each level above 85, you gain 20,000 extra mana. Which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's not just going to be a static 100k forever. It'll increase by 20k up until 200,000, I guess, and then we'll see what Blizzard does from there. That mana gem still exists that increases your maximum mana pool by 2%. So you could technically have 204,000 mana. Not that 4,000 mana would make a difference at 200,000 mana pool, but you know, that's how it's going to be. So, where we left off was we had just discovered where the white pawn is. So if we check our map, he's over there. Basically, we have to run through this stupid bog to get to him. And we can continue our questing. So right now in the beta, I might be subject to some beta-induced rage because at least when I first started playing, for about 45 minutes, every 2 minutes the beta would go offline. It'd be like, oh, world server is down, oh, world server is down. And you'd be able to log in for 2 minutes, world servers would go down, and then 2 minutes you'd be off. 2 minutes back on, 2 minutes back off, etc., 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 until, you know, brain explodes and your monitor is messed up from blood. And, you know, the noodly portions of your brain. But we should be fine. It's actually been 2 or 3 hours since the beta came back up with its new build. Yeah, and as far as I'm aware, Valley of the Four Winds is the only thing that unlocked with the new build, which is fine. That's a lot of new content. The Valley of Four Winds is, I'm not sure how many of you have researched into the beta or into what's going to be available for Mists of Pandaria, but basically what happens is you can start your own farm, and this farm questing gig, I guess, occurs in the Valley of Four Winds. There's a whole bunch of farmland around here that I'm assuming that's where you create your farm and you grow plants. I don't know what the plants do. Maybe it's just for money or rep or something. It's just like a new take on doing dailies, I think, which I'm interested in seeing. We'll see how it works out. So back to the quests. As you can see, I've already arrived. Anduin Wrynn is the white pawn. For those of you who, for whatever reason, couldn't figure it out, I'm not going to judge. Whatever.
Greetings, citizen.
Ooh, he has a grown-up voice.
I hope you are enjoying your stay in Stormwind.
So you may have noticed a subtitle in my previous video pointing out that these guys are actually called White Paw, and Anduin Wrynn is White Pawn. It sounds creative when you first hear it, but when you really think about it, it doesn't really sound that creative. It's like Blizzard couldn't think of any better name than White Paw. But at the same time, it's like, oh, White Pawn, that sort of sounds like White Paw. How clever. So, here we are. Alright, let's see here. I have to get my surroundings here. I didn't read any of those quests, of course. Right, so Anduin appreciates the trouble we went through to rescue him, but as a virgining priest he feels he needs to heal Wrenn Whitepaw, the old Pandaren who saved him from the Hosen that we saw in that little glimpse from before. So before the fever set in, Whitepaw mentioned that the healing waters in the Den of Sorrow just down the hill could help him. So Anduin is devoted to the task that he chooses to come with us, or he's so devoted to the task that he chooses to come with us. I can't believe I said it that way. That made no sense, did it? Whatever, I'll get over it. So, though incredibly sick and ill and injured, Whitepaw wants us to put to rest the numerous spirits in and around the Den of Sorrow. Because Anduin's coming with us, and he's a priest, he's actually going to help us put these spirits to rest. Oops. Yeah, that sounds about right. And Lena Whitepaw, which is Wren's daughter, is helping him study the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, which is actually a zone in Pandaria, but it's a fabled area, like a mythical place that nobody can reach, and it's like forgotten to time, mentioned only sparingly in history and folklore, stuff like that. So the both of them are looking for clues, but with Wren's injuries, she asks that we go retrieve the fabled poem from within the Den of Sorrow in his place. Yeah, I guess I could have been moving around, but my multitasking is at its limit because my brain power has been expended into raging over the broken beta. I guess these spirits are Jinyu. Did you see that? I'll see if I can click on one before next time. It had some sort of extra little title to his model name. Temp model. I am a ghost. So maybe it's not Jinyu. Maybe it's something else. Either way, it makes sense. Oh, I keep using the wrong ability. My rotation's broken. So I have lots of content to pump out, I think. The beta, or not the beta, this zone, we've done all down here so far. From here, we go up to whatever it's called, Dawn Blossom. It's supposed to be Dawn's Blossom, whatever, beta, blah blah blah, right. From Dawn's Blossom we go up somewhere over here or something, up in the north area. So yeah, there shouldn't be too much left, I don't think, if I think about it optimistically. And when I say that, it's not that these quests are boring, it's just that they've, you know, released a new place to go to, and I really want to see what that new place looks like. And I'm not very sure how connected the zones are story-wise. Like, does the Jade Forest have like its own overarching story, and then if you go to the Valley of the Four Winds, is it a completely different story from there? If that's the case, I'll be able to. Why am I running out of mana? Sorry, I just. No. Shaman usually never struggle with mana. It's weird. Anyway, so, you know, if I can find out somewhere online if the stories are not connected, then I'll be able to give you both Jade Forest storyline and Valley of the Four Winds storyline at the same time. But that might just be confusing for some people. There's weird. Oh, those are the quest objects. Okay. That's the weird objects on my map. I was wondering what that was. And I can't click on it. Oh. Come on. Oh. Yes. I don't understand why we're not collecting waters from one place. Why do we have to gather it from 4 different bowls? It makes no sense. Dang, why do I keep pressing 3? I'm supposed to unleash elements first. Yeah, I sort of torture myself if I screw up my rotation. That's just how it is. Ooh. Oh, you reset. You son of a... Ah! Ah! It continues to sparkle even after somebody's like recently picked it up. That's kind of annoying. So here's the poem. If you remember me doing these videos when the game actually comes out, the quest, it does sparkle, the item, but it sparkles way up there. It's gigantic sparkles, but it's really up high, and some people might just think it's part of the cave, you know, so just something to point out. That item had a quote on it. The paper is very old and fragile. The poem is written in strong, elegant brush strokes. Ooh, I can actually read it. Oh, I hate this text. It's all faded. And... okay. Yeah, I'm exploring doing a different resolution. I might actually lower the resolution down to 1280 by 720 rather than my screen's regular resolution, just to make it so that the words don't stretch out. In fact, I could probably do that now. No, that wouldn't work out. I'll do it on my next video. Yeah. Alright, so we did all that. What's next? So, it's time to tell Anduin to go home. We've healed Wrynn, and we've done all we can for these two Pandaren specifically, so
Hello.
it's time to bring him back to Admiral Taylor. Get out of the way, Saphira. That's a stolen name. You're blocking the cutscene, you idiot! As you can see, he's mind controlling Sully.
You got my attention.
Oh, Prince Anduin, you're more crafty than I thought. So, I'm not sure if you guys can read this text, but basically, Amber's freaked out on Sully for letting him go, and Sully wasn't aware of what happened. It was a little comical back and forth, but it's all said and done. So now we have to return to Admiral Taylor and tell him what just happened. Good for us. Delivering all the bad news. You know, it's funny, if you look on the map, Anduin was not that far away from Glassfin Village. These huge ventures that the SI-7 were going on to try to find Anduin were all for naught. If they just took like a 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, a 20-second stroll to the east, they would have found him. Oh, the Alliance are in deep doo-doo if the SI-7 can't find a single child a few feet away.
Safe travels.
Alright, so Elder Lushan wants us, and basically we've done all that we can here, and he wants us to go to Dawn's Blossom, the neutral Pandaren village in the middle of Jade Forest. Now, normally in cases like this, you can actually choose either to run to the village or take the flight path, but actually here we have no choice. We have to take the flight path, which is fine. It has a different flight. Oh, it doesn't here. I don't know what happened there. There's a new flight model for the flight paths around here. It must be broken right now. It's like a wooden aircraft thing, like a glider. It looks pretty cool. It's like a glider kite, I guess. It looks like a cross between a kite and a glider plane. It's pretty cool. There's that giant jade statue. You may have seen it in the Mist of Pandaria cutscenes at like BlizzCon or just on MMO Champion or something. But the view distance is all messed up and it doesn't look all that colorful right now. Nonetheless, it's a very impressive statue. And over there's the Jade of the Temple of the Jade Serpent. Alright, so I'm on a PvP realm. There's going to be just... I hope the Horde are playing nice right now. As you can see, there's corpses everywhere. This is just a far cry to what it actually looks like. Because, you know, about an hour, 2 hours ago, I couldn't even see the ground. And I'm not joking. There were so many corpses and skeletons, I couldn't see the ground. But obviously people have logged in since then. So, it's lightened up quite a bit. Ah, don't get me dragged in. I don't wanna. Gotta run around and pick up these quests and find safety to maybe escape them. Oh geez, my frames just died. Let's go up here for some safety out of the action. And I'll just pause and read these quests really quick here. So, west of Dawn's Blossom is the Silkwood Road, which has fallen into disarray as the spiders there have turned evil. The cowardly noodle shop owner wants us to take care of it in place of himself. And you can suspect that the spiders have become evil because of the growing animosity from the Alliance and Horde arriving here. And you know, all that, the Shaw virgining out and... virgining out? No, the Shaw being born, I guess? I don't know what to call it. The Shaw are appearing because of the Alliance and Horde's anger and animosity between one another. So additionally, we also have to collect pristine silk strands, which are these little egg-looking sacks from the Silkwood for Syra Ailrage or something. I'm going to butcher some of these names, but that's fine. This quest doesn't seem to have any lore or story behind it either, which is interesting considering how many kill quests and pickup quests there are. There really aren't that many. I'm hearing sound effects like spiders, but there's none around here. I'm kind of confused. Oh, I had a debuff there. Hatchlings, there is something crawling on you with many legs. That's not creepy. If you're suffering from arachnophobia, you won't like that. Place that mental image in your head right now. Do it. Yeah, so this quest is, of all of them that I've gotten so far, this one doesn't seem to have any lore behind it, or story, or anything. It's not connected to anything. It's just a basic pickup quest. We have to actually pick it up for someone specific, but like it doesn't elaborate on that. Why does that person need silk? We don't know. We just have to get it. You know, whatever. And what else do we have to do? Where's the spiders? There's supposed to be spiders all over here. Maybe I'm missing them? Maybe they're all dead? Oh. That's a hunter. I don't need to deal with that nonsense. We'll go do the other quest first. Hunters are still broken. Nobody can really challenge a hunter. Yeah, we'll just leave that as is. So the other quest we have to go do is rescue some cubs. So basically what happens here is Anduin Wrynn. She's the first since Little Lou. Remember Little Lou from the SI7 flashback quests? She's the first since him to mention the Jade Witch. And basically that's what this next little cluster of quests is focused on. Whoa, what did I land on here? Just a random camp that's inhabited by no one. Anyway, so what happened was a whole bunch of panda cubs were in the area, and then they saw the Jade Witch and got really freaked out and ran away. And instead of actually running away, they've attached themselves to these trees, trying to climb up them. Doesn't really look like he's attached to the tree. Some of them actually look like they're climbing the tree, but evidently stuff are broken. So let's see if we can find them all and continue on. What's with the... I just did these quests with my priest, and they were all over the place. I could barely get like 10 feet without seeing another panda cub. And as you may have noticed, the panda cubs are in fact placeholders. They're just mini Pandarans. But I'm sure they'll come out with like child models. Maybe not. We'll see. What the blazes? Oh, I blame the beta, you know. Come on. Ah! I hope that's an alliance. It's not. Yes. Eh. Yes. Yes. I think this is the one we clicked on to begin with. Hasn't respawned. And he hasn't even climbed up the tree. And I can't even talk to him. The server's crashing. And it has begun. I didn't do anything. I got disconnected and it teleported me this far back, but it didn't erase any of the progress I made with the quests. So, you know, good and bad. I have to fall down this mountain again. There is a legitimate way down, it just takes way longer. And, ooh, who's this? Anduin Wrynn, the person who gave us the quest to rescue the cubs. She also wants us to kill 8 jade monsters, which are actually the jade panthers and stuff around here. There's no other type of jade monster that I'm aware of. It's just the panthers. And, so away we go. This Anduin Wrynn seems to only be able to make karate noises right now. It's kind of comical, but doesn't make much sense either. So yeah, we've completed her quests, and now she wants us to finish the job by killing the Jade Witch, who's actually called Widow Greenpaw. What the blazes is happening? She's not appearing for me. Is the quest is broken? Oh no, it's right here. Alright, it's good. Where is Shin? Where is Shin? Oh, it might be broken again. I'm freaking out. Screw the Jade Witch. Oh, if she's not gonna work for me, I'm not gonna work for her. Instead, we're going to try to kill the spiders, and then we're gonna just continue the quest line, because that Jade Witch killing quest is the end of that chain of quests. So there's no real point. There's a little bit of dialogue involved, but ultimately we kill her. End of story. So we're just going to continue on. No waiting around for her to fix herself. She was fixed like 5 minutes ago, but for some reason then she's not working now. So whatever. We're just going to work with it. So we'll kill the spiders and go back to town, and if the next quest isn't given to us, then I guess too bad for us. But hopefully it'll be fine. And hopefully the spiders actually appear here. Come on! Oh, there's a corpse. Okay, it's okay. At least they're spawning here. Ooh, yes! And I am injured. Didn't even notice. So, yeah, there's another thing that's broken with the patch is all gems, as you can see, are no longer numbered. They're just plus $sign K1 or plus $sign K2. Nobody knows what it means, but the general chat is frantically trying to, translate. It's like they've forgotten what the original value of those gems are. I mean, clearly, if it's a hybrid, it's 20. If it's a pure, it's 40. But they just don't get it. So they're just constantly arguing back and forth. Oh, what's this? Is this Noodle Man? I don't even know. Okay, so this is kind of like Romeo and Juliet, I guess, or something. So Kai Wanderbrew is looking for his son Lo, because the two are leaving town. Why are they leaving town? Well, Lo is romantically involved with Syra Goldencraft, and Kai apparently hates the Goldencrafts. So this quest eventually leads us to the Arboretum? Arboretum? Is that how it's pronounced? I don't know. But first off, we have to ask around town to see if anyone's seen Lo. So that guy didn't really linger on the quest or on the chat there, but it's not super important, I don't think. Again, I'm not sure if you folks can read the text with the translation between resolutions, because I'm not actually playing in 1280 by 720. So when it's compressed down to 1280 by 720 on the YouTube video, it sort of distorts some of the words and letters sometimes. So I'm hoping against hope, I think, for it to work out. There's a checkered flag over there. I'd never noticed that before. So that person specifically, Apprentice Yuffie, actually directs us towards the Arboretum. Arboretum? Arboretum? I hate the... You will notice later on, there's another word that irritates the crap out of me. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Same with this word. I've never even heard of this word before, and I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce it. I don't even know what it is. The series of quests here are Ink Master quests. So, maybe Arboretum is short for ink something. Help me out a little. No. I'm kind of clueless here. Whatever. It'll all work out in the end. Okay. So, he doesn't really know where Lo is. This guy over here, Ink Master Wei, he doesn't know where Lo is. But he thinks that Syra Goldencraft is at the Shine of the Dawn to the north. Shine of the Dawn? Did I say shine? Yeah. Shrine of the Dawn. Just ignore me. Whatever. The other two Ink Masters, they're all called Ink Master. If there's a lesser rank of that, I'm not even sure. Ooh, a Flight Master. Okay, so the other two, yeah. One needs us... Wow! What is this? I think those are one of the new mounts. Man, that is pretty full. Oh, there's more over here. There's more flying around. Oh my gosh, look at that smoke animation. Yeah, this is going to be the #1 mount for a while, I think. That is so cool. My brain just exploded from awesomeness. So I need a moment to collect myself. Oh, there's a black one! Oh, oh my gosh. Oh, oh, oh. I'm melting. Okay, okay, so what we have to do is collect stingers and fallen petals. The fallen petals is to create ink, and the stingers apparently are to create quills or something. What the heck? Why is this bird attacking me? It's in neutral. You son of a... So this quest... Ooh, I leveled up. So I was wondering here... Oh yeah, so if you have the 20,000 mana, then I guess each time you level up you get 4,000 mana. So you get up to... again, with the 20,000 you double up on mana by the time you reach level 90. So we'll see how that works out. I mean, for the classes like Retribution Paladins, Protection Paladins, Enhancement Shaman, which I think are the only 3 class/specs that are relevant to the reduced mana pool. Of all of them, I don't think any of them, you know, struggle with having mana. You know, so I don't really see any point there. But that's what it is. So whatever. Alright, so here's what's happening here. Both Lo and Syra are here, as you can see, and Syra gave us the quest this time. So both of their reason for being here is to be granted permission for marriage. Lo attempted to get it from the... okay, these guys up ahead, they're called Pandriarchs. Get it? Like patriarch, but Pandriarch. That's not even a joke. That's what they're called. That's... I can't even say it without laughing. Oh man. So anyway. Okay. So what's supposed to happen is Lo and Syra is supposed to bring gifts to the Pandriarchs. I don't want to call them that. Anyway, the Pandriarchs refused the gifts and said, "No, you have to challenge us to physical combat." And then Lo tried to and lost. So here we are. The player has to champion for the couple. So we have to face each of these people individually and win. They are by no means challenging. Okay, so don't have to worry about that. They scream a few things. They're like, at last a challenge, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, okay, fine. Give the boy my blessing. They all say the same thing, essentially. Come on! Okay, there we go. What is that? A keg of angry spirits? I didn't notice that before. Interesting. If that fight lasted longer than 5 seconds, that would have been a targetable mob to destroy. As you may notice, these, for each guy you defeat, they give you a little buff that lasts as long as you're in the Jade Forest. Well, not lasts. Only works in the Jade Forest. They only last for 15 minutes each. Oh! Oh! I do need my expertise. Where does that appear? In my last inventory spot. I need to find a vendor. Or just trash everything. Okay, here's a little cutscene for them. Let's see if I can get a good little angle going, so their chats don't overlap each other. I really hope you folks can read this. Otherwise I'm just standing around for no reason. See, when I look at them after I've edited the video, it looks fine. But for some reason, the instant I put it on YouTube, it gets blurry sometimes. And I have no idea why. I guess it's just the quirks of having, or being an amateur YouTuber. Maybe I don't know the tricks of the trade. I don't know. So, the Jade Witch. We didn't get another quest going from here, did we? Does that mean we have to get this Jade Witch quest to work? I certainly hope not. We'll go back to town and see if there's something to pick up. So I went up to the Jade Witch and I was like, screw you! Figuratively, of course. And she still didn't activate. So I'm here. This is the place where the quest is supposed to lead me. And the guy doesn't have a quest for me. But thankfully, for now, at least, we don't need to go any further. Okay? Because there's another quest later on here, just up ahead, that starts of its own accord. So basically what happens is you kill the Jade Witch, which is down here. You go back to town. And then from town, you actually get a flight path little thing that takes you all over the place, and eventually you end up here. And so from here, you talk to the Foreman Man, and Foreman Man says, you know, there's a whole bunch of jade, if you want it, back in my camp, but I'm not going to go over there because there's a whole bunch of little demon-y nature dudes that are, you know, infesting the place. And so you have to go over there. When you kill the demons there, they drop the jade, so you can pick up the jade. The reason I'm not doing them is because I'm lazy. I'm not going to wait for the Jade Witch to get fixed. It might take another patch, so hopefully I can paint a decent picture. I'll actually run over there and show you what the demons look like. They don't phase in or out or anything, so they should be spawned all over the place. I won't kill any. They're irritating. But so here's one. They look like imps that are on fire, but they're not on fire. They're just colored that way. So what happens is you kill them, and upon dying, they drop jade. Like it says here, they're holding jade. When you kill him, all that, depending on how many stacks they have, that many jade drop onto the ground. You pick up the jade, and that's as simple as it is. So you only have to kill like 5 imps, or I guess they're called sprites, and you get enough jade, you get to come back, you talk to the Foreman, and then she's like, oh, great. Well, actually, if you're going to be doing stuff like this for me, then I'm going to have you do a few more things. So, first off, what she does is she wants us to help clear the mine. Now, of course, that was just the camp, right? She obviously has a mine, and she wants us to clear the mine of greenstone nibblers and gorgers, which are those stone spiders. I'm sure you remember see them in Deep Home during Cataclysm. So we have to we have to clear out a bunch of those. Additionally, the cranky form, if you get the beta or during live, you'll see that she's really an unpleasant person, but she sort of cools down for the next quest, and because what happens is her husband is also a member of the mine, and he like stubbornly goes back into the mine to help raise morale with the other miners that are still inside. And what the foreman wants you to do is go and basically